You know, in my own ministry experience, I've often found that planning about 6 weeks ahead of large events like this coming Christmas has made all the difference. It gives just enough time to be thoughtful and prayerful and intentional without being rushed. Now, I know many of you have already started planning for Christmas, and that is fantastic. But just in case you haven't, I hope this is an encouragement to get you started right now. So, why plan now? Well, there's a number of reasons, but research actually shows us that early preparation increases engagement. For example, churches that begin inviting people a month or more ahead often see a 20 to 30% higher attendance. The earlier you plan, the more effectively that you can invite. Christmas gives us one of the best opportunities of the year to welcome new people into our communities. But we can't bring them in unless we first go out. And we can't invite people if we're not clear about what we're inviting them to. And that's why starting right now matters. So the question is, what are you aiming for? As a community, our hearts must be where our hands are. Our minds must be aligned with the ministry that Jesus has called us to do. So I invite you to ask this question. How will you reach out to your community this year? What kind of experience will you offer that speaks to people's real hopes and needs? And who are you hoping to welcome? And how will they know they're invited? So here's some things you can do, right now. First of all, gather your team. Maybe you've put them aside for a while, but invite them in now. All those creative folks that you have. Let their ideas flow. Allow space for innovation. And look at research. For instance, Carey Nieuwhof highlights that new guests often decide whether they'll return in the first 10 minutes of your church building. Factors like parking and greeting and signage and first impressions matter. Then also use available resources. I want to encourage you to check out the Free Methodist World Missions Advent 2025 resource. It includes videos, and these are ideas that can connect your Advent season with a missional focus. And then finally, here's a point. Plan for follow-up after Christmas. Here's where many churches miss out. According to Nieuwhof's research, follow-up with new guests must be quick, personal, and generous. Be ready to capture names and phone numbers and emails in some form of a simple system. And then within 24 to 48 hours of their visit, send them a warm, handwritten note, a phone call, or an email to say thank you and to invite them into the next step. Have a very clear and simple pathway. Here's what's next, not here's everything we do. That's too many options and it will absolutely overwhelm them. But ensure somebody owns the follow-up process so guests don't become a one-time visitor. And here's my final word for you. You don't need to do everything, but you do need a plan. You need a team. You need to start now, 6 weeks ahead. You need to invite people intentionally into your community, and you also need a plan for what happens afterwards. Because if you invite people and they come, the next step is to help them stay. This is a season not just to celebrate. It's a season to connect. It's a season to reach, to plant seeds that could grow long after Christmas is over. So I'm praying for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what God will do through your community this Christmas. God bless. See you soon.